What's up, everybody? It's your boy AB from AB_XY, and welcome to the channel, guys, and welcome to today's War in Arms video. War in Arms is a game that we really haven't covered too much on the channel, and while I was wondering what the hell happened to this game, it seemed there was recently a bit of activity in the official Discord server. So to start things off, we should first explain what War in Arms is. War in Arms Prime Forces is a mobile first-person shooter with tactical abilities and gadgets very similar to Rainbow Six Siege. You could categorize this game along with other CQB games like Area F2 and Strike Team Online. And although this game borrows heavily from Rainbow Six Siege, the developers at Ranked Up Games promised that their game will be unique enough to stand on its own. War in Arms is set in a near dystopian future, and the game's weapons, maps, and operators will all have a slightly futuristic theme. Think of R6 Siege gameplay and Valorant visuals combined. The game promises to deliver tactical gameplay, satisfying gunplay, and destructible environments. Development started back in 2020, shortly after the IMO and Strike Team Online fallout, but I think that's a story for another day. Seriously, this whole debacle is worthy of Shakespeare. Throughout the last couple of years, the developers shared all kinds of images and videos showcasing the game's progress. IMO even presented devlogs that were pretty insightful. As a fan of games, it's always been a fascinating mystery as to how these games are actually made. And aside from the leaks, videos, and devlogs, the team was also pretty transparent as to what was going on behind the scenes, like the devs looking for investors and setting up special perks for Patreons and early supporters. One of the perks to being an early supporter was the ability to test early versions of the game. There is even a very interesting photo of a tester playing the game on what looks like a Galaxy Fold. Folding mobile devices are still very new to the mobile market, so I'm actually quite impressed that the team managed to get it working on one of these devices. There's no gameplay of it running on the Galaxy Fold, but I think it's still a good sign that the team is considering all kinds of devices. The dev team announced that the first alpha test would be conducted in either Europe or North America, and they chose these because it's more convenient for the dev team due to their time zones, and it's easier for them to collect data. Once the alpha tests are completed, players will have their stats reset and the team will go back to work and make improvements for the next beta testing phase. So, speaking of tests, just yesterday around 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, one of the developers for the game made an announcement inviting a handful of community members to participate in some internal testing. It looks like they only needed 25 members or so, and that filled up almost instantly. I got the alert, and by the time I read up on everything, the invite was closed. I believe the testing was for people who supported the game through the game's Patreon, and this is not the official alpha test. The alpha tests were supposed to be in North America and Europe, and there still hasn't been any kind of announcement for that. But it's still good to see the team is actively testing with community members. Everything the team has shown up until now looks pretty good, but I gotta give my honest opinions, and there are a couple of issues I'm seeing as of now. For one, the game has been in development for over 2 years, and yet no public alpha like the team promised. The team is small and has been transparent throughout the game's development, even mentioning that funding is a major struggle for the team. But even with that, I figured the game would be a little further along, especially considering that fans are essentially funding the game. Over 2 years and only a handful of community members have actually had any kind of hands-on experience with the game. And with so many games on the horizon like Warzone Mobile and its direct competitor Rainbow Six Mobile, it's going to be a hard sell for a lot of mobile gamers who aren't familiar with War in Arms. At this point, it's really only the dev team and Discord members who are truly following the game. My second issue with the game is not necessarily any kind of technical problem, but more of an advertising/marketing issue, and more specifically, where is IMO during these last few months of development? He used to present all the latest game leaks and devlogs, and he hasn't posted anything since March of this year. The rest of the dev team and Discord team seem to be holding down the fort, but it definitely seems like interest has kind of dropped since IMO stopped posting. IMO has done an amazing job growing his brand on YouTube, but where does that leave War in Arms? If we were to go by his videos in the last several months, especially since the release of Apex Legends, it seems that War in Arms isn't a priority, as far as content goes, that is. My point is, no videos equals no attention. Without the game's biggest advocate, how do we know how the game's development is going? Maybe the lack of videos isn't a good sign. Anyways, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what this all means. Is War in Arms in a good position right now, or is it falling behind? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll make sure to leave a link to the War in Arms Discord server where you too can keep up with all the latest news and developments. And on that note, we are going to wrap up today's video. If you liked it, then please leave a like and consider subscribing for more mobile gaming news. Thank you so much for watching and have a blessed day. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay healthy. Peace.